What is up, guys? You got Not the Worst here, bringing you a little video talking about Cronstone changes that were introduced this week in BDO, and also just kind of the overall state of pay to win in the game, kind of my thoughts on it, and then kind of open up a little discussion, you guys in the comments, what your thoughts on a lot of this stuff are. When I saw these coming out, there was a post on Reddit that they were introduced in Korea a little while ago. Before that, so we kind of knew it was coming, just didn't really necessarily know when, and now they're here. So what exactly happened? The Cronstone price in-game, if you were to buy them from the blacksmith in the town, went from 1 million to 2 million silver. It was doubled. I do also want to apologize a little bit. I've been kind of fighting off this cold a little bit, so I missed a few uploads this week, and it got pushed back. Still going to be streaming this weekend, but I know I sound a little funky, and yeah, I'm feeling okay, but it definitely, my throat's a little scratchy, so I know I sound a little funny. Anyway, so the price of these Cronstones from the blacksmith was doubled. The initial impact, as with anything when something is changed at all in Black Desert Online, we always have this crazy knee-jerk reaction of pay to win, pay to win, pay to win, this game's pay to win, oh my god, it's so pay to win, I hate this game, it's pay to win. So, first of all, we got to look at, like, what do you consider pay to win? Because it depends on what your definition of pay to win is. If your definition of pay to win is you can go into a marketplace, swipe your credit card, and buy, endgame gear, then Black Desert Online is not pay to win under that definition, because you can't do that. What you can do is go into the marketplace, swipe your credit card a whole bunch of times, like a lot of times, to get yourself the ability to melt down costumes and have a Cron pen attempt that you might still fail because your stack is still only like a 4% success chance to actually work. So thousands of dollars later, you could have potentially croned and then penned for yourself a weapon. So in that sense, if that is your definition of pay to win, then yes, it's pay to win. Personally, my take on it is this sort of thing isn't necessarily pay to win, it's pay to lose or pay to gamble for the most part. You have this ability to spend a ton of money and you're never guaranteed anything at all. Now, when we look at some of this is specifically melting costumes for Cron enhancement. When we look at some other factors for it, like buying pets, now that you can literally buy and see percentages, so you have guaranteed tier 4 pet rate, you know, there's a little bit of argument for pay to win and that sort of thing for sure. I mean, you can straight up just spend enough money and you will get exactly what you're trying to get, tier 4 pets across the board. So there are some elements, but they don't personally break the game, obviously, for me. I know there's going to be tons of people in the comments on this that are just going to come in and say, BDO, trash game, what a stupid game, soda, pay to win, worst game I've ever played. And I know that they're going to do that because they do it on every video, even when we're not talking about pay to win in BDO. There's always those comments. I don't actually understand why, if you've quit the game, you continue to watch videos about it and then complain about it being pay to win. But we're going to see that argument. Aside from those comments, I want to know what you guys think. What do you consider to be pay to win, and what keeps you going with the game? What prevents you from being upset with the changes in Black Desert Online? Because obviously they're doing something correct if we're all here still playing, or most of us that are listening are still playing and still loving the game, overall. So let me know what you guys think. As far as how the Cronstone things change, so when I look at this, the in-game price being 2 million versus 1 million, it's, from what I understand, the reason for that is what we're going to see happening is the cost for cronning attempts along with the new marketplace is going to decrease. So what I mean by that, the amount that Cronstones take to use, how many Cronstones you have to use for an attempt. Let's say you're going for try to tet and it's like 1800 or something, okay? So you have to use Crons to do that, and the amount that you use your Cronstones for is dictated by the price of your what the weapon is selling for in the marketplace. Whatever that price is what dictates how many Cronstones you need in order to have that Cron tet attempt from there. So when the new marketplace comes out, what's going to happen, of course, is the tet weapon prices are going to absolutely increase, since the caps on those are going to be dictated by what the pre-order prices are, and that'll continuously climb until it hits the cap pre-order price, making it the new price. So this then kind of creates a little bit of an issue for if you did want to do a Cron pen attempt or tet attempt, whatever the case may be. If you were using 1300 Crons before, 1800, whatever it was for your tet attempt previously from try to tet. Also, I wouldn't Cron a try to tet attempt, just for the record, but for argument's sake, let's say it's 1300 before, 1800, 14, whatever. It's just 1300 before. Now the price of tets is 2.4 billion as opposed to 1.3 or 1.4, whatever they're at. I guess it varies on class probably a little bit. Now it's 2.4. It's going to take 2,400 Cron stones in order to be able to successfully Cron that attempt. So the increase to the 2 million price is kind of an adjustment. What's going to happen is we're going to see, yes, it's still going to be that 2.4 billion price, but we should see the amount of Crons required to be 50% of what the price is. At least that is what was introduced on the Korean servers for this same update. They, of course, had both happen at the same time. We didn't, so there's that. So we have part of what this update actually does. So it's going to end up costing the same. If it's 50% of 2.4, and so now it's 1.2 billion, it's still going to cost, and they cost 2 million. It's half the Crons, but at double the price. So you follow me so far? So there's that. The other thing with that to keep in mind is how many people are actually just buying Cron stones from the blacksmith to do Cron pen attempts or TED attempts or whatever. Like, I don't think anyone does it that way. It's likely that the only two methods people are currently using to use Crons for what they're doing is most likely just you're either using the old credit card, calling mom up and seeing if you can borrow those credit card numbers and hitting the cash shop, and then you're melting the costumes, or you're doing it in-game, just sniping costumes that people are selling, melting those costumes yourself, and then getting your Cron attempt. Why? Because it is drastically more cost efficient to snipe costumes than it is to just buy them off the blacksmith. If you were buying them off the blacksmith, you were spending a lot of money that you didn't need to when you could just spend a day or two sniping costumes. People do it all the time for that. And it was kind of unnecessary. So as the game sits right now, if that was something you were doing, just going to the blacksmith and buying the Cron stones, yeah, your cost just double on it. But it's kind of half of an update that we're expected to see moving forward with the new marketplace coming in. So don't do that. Also, you probably shouldn't do that in general, just as a general rule of thumb, because it's really inefficient. Personally, I don't use Cron stones at all for any of my attempts. We always just run them on stream, no Crons. I enhance with backups so that I don't even have to think about that sort of thing. That being said, if I was in a position where we had in-game events and stuff that just keep giving me more and more Crons or whatever, and I had enough to actually do a pen attempt without having to spend any money, I would use them for sure on my not backup Dandelion and give it a shot if I was just given them. So anyways, that's my take on it. It doesn't have much of an impact because I don't think people were really using the... That's my take on it. It doesn't have much of an impact since people were not likely using the blacksmith in order to get their Cron stones anyways, so it's probably not going to have an impact now. It may later on when the new marketplace comes into effect, but we'll just have to wait and see on that. Anyways, those are my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you're new here, make sure you like this video if you did enjoy it, or subscribe to the channel if you want new updates. We typically do a lot more gear guides, beginner guides, and stuff talking about that, and then some live stream recaps and things, that cool stuff that happens on stream, more so than these news videos. But when new stuff does come around, we do talk about it. So if you want to check that out, make sure you subscribe to the channel too. And yeah, talk to me in the comments, guys. What do you guys think? What's your take on it? Am I completely wrong? Go ahead and tell me. And then make sure you guys like the inevitable comments that are coming about how pay to win and terrible Black Desert Online is, and it's such a crap game that somebody quit 2 years ago, but they're still watching Black Desert Online videos on YouTube. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Everybody, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Almost forgot, before we go, I'm gonna edit this in right after the end outro thing right there. I did forget that that Shira Ruins guide, or the money at different grind spots guide. I have just about finished all of the data collection for it. If you're following the channel, the stuff we were talking about, I had finished most of it now. I have 2 more hours left to grind on it, and then I'll be ready to put the video together. I actually wanted to get that out. This one's going up on Saturday, and I actually originally wanted the video to be out on Saturday as well. However, I still need to do the 2 hours, and just with my voice the way it is, and we're doing the live stream Saturday night and again on Sunday, I kind of don't want to push it because I got a lot of stuff I want to cover in it, and I put a lot of time into it. So if you were looking for that one, because I know I said it'd be out this weekend, it'll probably be the next couple of days from now, just so that I get kind of get over this little scratchy throat thing that's been happening until then. And then I did want to say, but I'll mention it again in the Shira Ruins guide or money breakdown thing that I'm doing. What do you guys want to see for the follow-up one? Because I'm going to do it again for another area. I'm thinking Blood Wolf settlement thing, just because it's right there, and I'm also focusing on getting to 62, which I've gained like 14% in the last week from that as well. So I want to focus on something that's still high density mobs with Marnie stones, because that's going to be the best place for XP game. But yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts on what the next area should be. And yeah, sorry for the weird edit jumping this in. I just was finishing up the editing for the video and realized I forgot to mention that. And I also didn't play music on this section, so enjoy the outro.